The death of the Hathras victim in Uttar Pradesh threw up an unforeseen complication for those viewing the case as another instance of Dalit oppression. Late in the evening of October 5th in Mathura, the Uttar Pradesh police detained 4 men allegedly linked to the Popular Front of India, PFI, and an associate outfit. The men were on their way to Hathras, and the PFI link raised red flags all over. Soon there was talk of PFI and foreign funding to fan unrest in Hathras and all over the country. It was said to be a sinister plot to destabilize India. PFI, or Popular Front of India, has been a controversial organization since its inception. Successive governments at the centre and various state governments have found it convenient to blame the PFI for anti-national activities. The investigations into PFI began in full earnest after a Kerala resident was caught in Turkey trying to illegally get into Syria. He was deported to India. And on interrogation, the police learnt that at least 10 members of the PFI had gone to fight for the ISIS in Syria. PFI accepted that these men had been a part of their organization but claimed that they had left the party. Governments have wanted to ban the PFI, alleging it is involved in political killings, religious conversions, and terror activities. But the PFI says it is an organization devoted to social work, and over the years, despite the many allegations, the governments have not been able to prove its alleged terror links and ban the Popular Front of India. Or maybe the importance of PFI is that it is an opportune bugbear that serves a political purpose. Atikur Rahman, Siddiqui Kappan, Masood Ahmed and Alam were arrested on 6th of October from a toll booth on Yamuna Expressway near Mathura. Police claimed they were on their way to Hathras. UP police said that the 4 were taken into custody at Mathura's Mutt Toll Plaza during checking of vehicles after a tip-off. Their laptop and mobile phones have been confiscated. Police claim to have also found literature with objectionable material to incite hatred in the volatile area that recently made headlines because of the Hathras incident. According to the police, during questioning, all 4 allegedly admitted to their links with the Popular Front of India and its associate organization, Campus Front of India. Mutt SDM sent all 4 of them to 14 days jail under Section 151. A day later, they were produced in court and sent on 14 days of judicial remand.
अभियुक्तों के सापेक्ष आईटेक एक अभियोग पंजीकृत किया गया था। इसमें कस्टडी रिमांड के लिए माननीय न्यायालय में प्रार्थना पत्र दिया गया। माननीय न्यायालय द्वारा 14 दिन का कस्टडी रिमांड दिया गया है। इसमें इस अवधि में साक्ष्य संकलन किया जाएगा और अग्रिम विधिक कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित की जाएगी।
Masood Ahmed is a LLB student in Jamia Millia University in Delhi. Police claim that he is a PFI member and is the mastermind. He conspired to create caste unrest and clashes in Uttar Pradesh.
ये लॉकडाउन पूरा यहीं था, अभी 10 दिन हुआ गए। ये जामिया में क्या कर रहा है? ये पढ़ाई का काम कर रहा है।
PhD student Atikur Rahman is from Muzaffarnagar, while Alam is from Rampur.
दवाई लेने के लिए मैं दिल्ली गया था। एम्स में इलाज चल रहा है उसका काफ़ी दिन से।
किस चीज़ का इलाज चल रहा है?
हार्ट पेशेंट है, हार्ट का इलाज चल रहा है उसका।
तो रेगुलर दिल्ली आना जाना लगा रहता है?
रेगुलर नहीं है, महीने में जाता था। 6 महीने के लिए दवाई लेने के लिए जाता था।
क्या काम करते हैं?
पढ़ाई कर रहा हो।
किस चीज़ की?
PhD की। नहीं, गलत बोल रही है पुलिस। PFI का नहीं है, कैंपस फ्रंट में काम करता।
ये सच्चाई है इसकी कि ये गाड़ी लेके बुकिंग की जा रहा था उधर मथुरा की तरफ। वहाँ पे मथुरा के पहले टोल पे उसको पकड़ लिया गया। वहाँ पे उसमें 3 लोग और थे। ये नहीं पता वो 3 लोग कौन थे, क्या था। उसने तो बुकिंग नहीं करी थी साहब। अब बुकिंग में अब आदमी बुकिंग लेकर जा रहा है तो उसे क्या पता क्या है। वो तो जा ही रही है, वो तो चला ही रही है। और वो गाड़ी अब से नहीं 10 साल पहले से चलाता है वहाँ दिल्ली में।
अच्छा।
और बुकिंगों की गाड़ी चलाता है, कार।
अच्छा।
और उस रोज़ भी वो बुकिंग लेकर जा रही था। अब वहाँ पे पकड़े गए। अब वो चारों को उन्होंने उसमें रख दिया।
The fourth accused, Siddiqui Kappan, is a Malayali journalist.
6-ാം തീയതി രാവിലെ ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് വിളിച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞപ്പോഴാണ് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നുള്ളത് അറിഞ്ഞത്. ഫോണ് സ്വിച്ച് ഓഫാണ്. പിന്നെ അന്ന് മുതൽ ഇന്നേ വരെ എനിക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. എന്തിനാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ഇങ്ങനെ പിടിച്ചു വെച്ചതെന്നുള്ളത് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. പിന്നെ പറയണത് പോപ്പുലർ ഫ്രണ്ടുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധമുണ്ടെന്നാണ്. എനിക്കറിയുന്ന സിദ്ദീഖ് കാപ്പൻ എൻ്റെ ഹസ്ബൻഡ്, അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ബന്ധം ഇല്ല.
Siddique Kappan was arrested on October 6th by the UP police while on his way to Hathras. He is an elected secretary of Kerala Union of Working Journalists and serves to several Malayalam media houses. He has been based in Delhi for many years and has been contributing to Arimugam, a Malayalam news portal. The editor of Arimugam, K.N. Ashok, has confirmed receiving a text message from Kappan informing him about his plans to visit Hathras and cover the ground story. The Kerala Union of Working Journalists have written to UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath demanding his immediate release.
The Uttar Pradesh government claims that Hathras case is an international conspiracy plotted to defame the state. On 6th of October, it told the CJI-led bench of the Supreme Court that deliberate attempts are being made to incite caste and communal violence over Hathras.
उत्तर प्रदेश में अभी कितनी भीषण जाति और सांप्रदायिक दंगे की नींव रखी गई थी। एमनेस्टी इंटरनेशनल जैसे संगठनों के माध्यम से, विदेशी फंडिंग के माध्यम से कैसे कैसे लोग, राजनीतिक दलों के लोग, विभिन्न संगठनों के लोग किस तरीके से दंगा कराने पे उतारू थे। यह दृश्य आपने देखा होगा, पिछले एक सप्ताह से आप देख रहे होंगे कैसे माहौल को खराब करने का प्रयास हो रहा है। ये षड्यंत्र होते रहेंगे, लेकिन हमें आगे बढ़ना है।
The Uttar Pradesh government believes that PFI received 100 crore rupees to spread caste hatred in the state. 50% of this came from Mauritius. The revelations came during the Enforcement Directorate probe into the PFI's alleged links to alleged riot financiers. The Popular Front of India has condemned the arrests while accepting that 2 of the accused were their state-level leaders of the student wing.
Popular Front of India strongly condemns the attempt of the Uttar Pradesh government to link Popular Front of India with the allegation that we are trying to incite communal and caste violence. So this is highly deplorable, and it is an attempt by the Uttar Pradesh government to divert the attention. Out of them, 2 were the state and national leaders of a student organization called CFI. Along with that, there was a journalist, Siddique, who was going with them to meet the family of the Hathras rape victims. So now the question is, in UP under the Yogi government, is it a crime to even intend to meet the victims of such a crime? Is it a crime to go and meet them?
The Uttar Pradesh government is alleging conspiracy, and the administration demands a ban on PFI while the opposition has demanded proof of the allegations.
सरकार से मांग करेंगे कि इस संस्था को भी जांच करके इनके लोग जो दोषी लोग हों उनके खिलाफ कठोर कार्रवाई करते हुए इस संस्था को भी आतंकी संगठन की तरह बैन किया जाना चाहिए। इसको भी डिक्लेयर किया जाना चाहिए कि पीएफआई भी हमारे देश में आतंकी संगठन है, क्योंकि उसके जो कृत्य निकल कर आ रहे हैं, जो उसके प्रमाण निकल कर आ रहे हैं, वो साफ इस तरफ संकेत कर रहे हैं कि देश में आतंकवाद फैलाने के लिए ये संस्था बनाई गई।
किसी को भी दंगा भड़काने के लिए सरकार को डिस्टेबलाइज करने की इजाज़त नहीं होनी चाहिए, किसी भी हालत में नहीं होनी चाहिए। लेकिन ऐसे ही सिर्फ कह देना बिना किसी सबूत के, बिना किसी प्रूफ के, ये तो नहीं चलेगा।
The Enforcement Directorate involved in probing the role of the PFI in the Hathras case is also investigating whether PFI members who were examined during the February Delhi riots were involved in funding and spreading fake propaganda in Hathras. 5 months after the riots took place and interrogation of more than 1,000 people, in its charge sheet, Delhi police claimed that the main accused, Tahir Hussain, arranged funds, logistics and manpower to execute the riots, and Umar Khalid assured the funding through PFI. The charge sheet also named Faisal Farooq as one of the conspirators, and the police established his links with the Popular Front of India in the charge sheet. The charge sheet also established a link between the February Delhi riots and the anti-CAA protests that had been raging across the country since December 2019. The police claim PFI was funding the anti-CAA NRC protests through funds raised from abroad.
We demand that independent inquiry under sitting Supreme Court judge should be set up to investigate about the Delhi violence and the real culprits who belong actually to the Sangh Parivar and the BJP. They should be booked.
UP police too claim a link between the PFI and the anti-CAA agitations in the state in December 2019. At that time, the state government had demanded a ban on PFI. When riots broke out in Bengaluru on 11th and 12th of August 2020 on alleged inflammatory Facebook post derogatory to Prophet Muhammad, police arrested Muzammil Pasha, a leader of the Social Democratic Party of India, the political wing of Popular Front of India. Pasha was charged with rioting and inciting a mob.
Now, more than 300 people, including SDPI members, have been arrested in connection with the arson and violence that took place in Bengaluru city on the night of August 11. Now, the NIA, or the National Investigation Agency, which took over the probe from the state police on the 23rd of September, conducted raids at 30 locations in the city and also managed to arrest one of the key conspirator in the case, a man identified as Syed Sadiq Ali. Now, the BJP squarely puts the blame on the SDPI, the political outfit of PFI, and has demanded a ban on the organization. On the other hand, the SDPI says that all these charges are nothing but baseless.
There were voices that had even at that point of time demanded that PFI should be banned. In the aftermath of Babri Masjid demolition of 1992, socio-political organizations came into being to give a platform to the voice of the minorities in India. The National Development Front of Kerala, Karnataka Forum for Dignity and Manitha Niti Pasare of Tamil Nadu were among many others. More than a decade later, by 2006, these three organizations, along with other smaller groups, merged to form the Popular Front of India. By 2020, PFI now says their organization is based across 22 states of the country. With the broadening of its base, PFI shifted its original headquarters from Kozhikode in Kerala to the national capital. But its top leadership is still mainly from Kerala. Intelligence agencies claim that most of its erstwhile leaders were members of the banned outfit Students Islamic Movement of India, or the SIMI. PFI cadre wear a uniform and often conduct drills at public places. On 17th of February every year, it conducts unity marches at all district headquarters. It has cadre training centers in many districts and usually associates with many human rights organizations. But intelligence agencies claim that behind this somber face lies a sinister terror module that helps it to mobilize funds, especially from the Middle East. When the Hadia Jahan case came up in 2018, PFI for the first time earned the label of being involved in love jihad cases. Hadia, alias Akhila's father, K. Asokan, had alleged that her husband, Shefin Jahan, was an active member of the PFI. Police later found that Akhila was converted in a religious school being controlled by the PFI called Satya Sarini in Malappuram district of Kerala. But PFI has always held that these allegations were baseless and an attempt to divert public attention from issues that matter.
This is where monkey play. They are trying to deviate the issue from the minds of the people by dragging the name of PFI or SDPI. So SDPI or PFI will not scare about this kind of threats.
Popular Front of India has a student wing active in campuses called the Campus Front of India, and SDPI, or the Social Democratic Party of India, is its political outfit. In 2016 assembly elections in Kerala, SDPI contested in many seats but managed less than 1% of votes. For years, it has tried its best to seize the support base of the Muslim League, but not with any success. In Kerala, the PFI also has a women wing, the National Women's Front. Several times since 2013, intelligence agencies have claimed that the Popular Front of India is linked to terror fundings and activities. Even before the Hathras incident, the PFI for some time got linked to the Kerala gold scam case.
In July this year, when the Kerala gold smuggling case first emerged, the NIA had arrested 6 people after a series of arrests in many parts of the state. One among them was Muhammad Ali, an active member of PFI. However, after the investigation progressed, there seems to be no mention about the involvement of Muhammad Ali or his organization in any of the documents submitted by the NIA. Earlier, he was arrested and charge-sheeted by the Kerala police for his alleged involvement in the infamous Kerala palm chopping case, which included Professor T.J. Joseph. Later in 2015, he was acquitted after a series of trials by the trial court.
Since 2016, the Popular Front of India has been mired in many political cases as well. In 2014, the Kerala government submitted an affidavit in the High Court saying that PFI activists were involved in at least 27 political murders, 86 attempt to murder cases, and more than 125 cases for whipping up communal passions. In 2015, 13 of its workers were awarded lifetime for chopping the palm of a college professor, T.J. Joseph, for allegedly preparing a blasphemous question paper. In 2018, 6 PFI activists were held in connection with the murder of an ABVP leader in Kannur. In 2019, 9 of its activists were arrested for allegedly killing SFI leader Abhimanyu in Maharaja's College in Ernakulam. 2020 has been the most significant so far in terms of how frequently PFI has been named in different cases, ranging from anti-CAA NRC protests to the Delhi riots, to the Kerala gold scam, to Bengaluru riots. And now, the latest is the Hathras rape case. Within days of UP police arresting the 4 accused and linking the PFI to Dalit activists on the ground and the funding of anti-India activities by funding from abroad, the Enforcement Directorate came up with a clarification. ED said that they have found no links between Chandrasekhar Azad-led Bhim Army and the PFI. The ED also added that the claims being made about proof of 100 crore rupees funding having been recovered are untrue. The ED is currently probing the financial links of the PFI to supply funds for clashes and several other cases. But as of date, no substantive charges have been proven in a court of law.